Alright, in this video we're going to show you how to create a traffic order inside the reseller backend system. Of course, creating a traffic order first requires that you create a client. If you have not viewed the client creation video, we suggest that you go back and watch that first. But here we are after we've created a client. We're taken to this page. We can get to this page as well by going underneath the Client tab and clicking on View Clients. Your dashboard may look a little different than this. Some of you have the top dashboard navigation, and some of you will have navigation on the left, depending on the type of style that you've selected. The easiest way to do this once we're back in the client area is to click on Place Traffic Order. That will take you to a page where you can enter information about your client's order. You can also get here by simply going up to Traffic Services and clicking on one of the traffic orders here. Again, your navigation may look different, but in the end, when we go way to the bottom, we'll see here that we've assigned this to our client. So we're going to go ahead and start. For this first tab, we can enter targeted orders, adult orders, Alexa orders, and state orders. So any US state can be placed in here as well. If you want to do the Google Analytics traffic, we would click on this tab. For mobile and social, you would click on these. Today we're going to be putting in a targeted order. So what I'll do is I'll click on targeted traffic, and then we're going to enter the URL that the traffic is going to. We always advise that you use HTTPS if you have a secure certificate. The alt URL, so if you're using a shortener link like bit.ly or cut.ly, we would ask that you put the bit.ly link here in this first address, and then the actual website address in the bottom. Here we're going to put the amount to send, so whatever amount the customer has ordered from you, 5,000. And here we're going to put the amount of days that we want this to run for. So if we want this to run for 30 days, we're going to enter 30. If we want this to run for 1 day, 1. For this example, we'll enter 5 days. This is the current date today. However, if we have a different date that we want to run this on, for instance, let's say that the customer wants it to run on a Sunday and you choose not to work on a Sunday, you can enter Sunday's date here on Friday afternoon and go ahead and put that in the system, and then it will start once the date comes past. It is important to note here that if you pick a future date, you're going to want to make sure that you do not use instant activation down here. If you use instant activation, it's going to start the moment you hit the submit button. So be wary of that. Here we're going to select targeting. So we have a list of over 300 targets that you can choose from. So here we'll put vitamins and supplements. And then geo-targeting again, over 160 countries that you can select from at this time as well. So for this one, we'll go ahead and select Sweden. We don't need to worry about using premium services or any of this. This may not even be available in your dashboard. This is sort of an advanced system, but you don't need to worry about selecting any of this information. If you want to make this hourly, you're going to click this button here, and it will actually evenly divide the traffic over 24 hours. So for instance, if you have 2,400 in the system a day, it's going to deliver 100 each hour. You can even go beyond that and actually modify the amount of traffic it's going to get each hour. For instance, at let's say between midnight and 5 a.m. you only want 25 people, and then from 6 to 10 you want 50 or 60 people. You can actually change the amount of traffic you get each hour. You can do that once the campaign is put into the system. If we have custom start times, it means that you want to start it at 5 a.m. and end it at 5 p.m. You can go ahead and click that and then select your start and stop times. If you have a campaign note, for instance, maybe this is a free trial that you're offering someone, you can write free trial in there or follow up, whatever you want to kind of associate a note with the order. You're just going to enter it there. If you are using our custom referrer system, That needs to be manually set up on our end, so just contact us if you're interested in using that. But if you have that option activated, you can click this to use the custom refer, and anything that shows up in your customer stats, whether it's their Google Analytics or other tracking mechanisms, will show your custom refer. It is not required, and if you do not have it set up with us, this will not even be an option. So we go to refer types. This is a normal refer to show the refer. If you want to hide the refer, make it look direct, you can do that. Or if you have your custom, you can do that as well. If you have a specific tracking type, for instance, you know that your customer is using Google Analytics or Stat Counter or something else, you can mark that. Again, you don't have to put anything in here. This is just to help us know what the goal of the campaign is. And so the traffic goal as well, whether this is trying to create revenue through AdSense or another ad-supported mechanism to generate leads, sales, or just get exposure. Let us know there. And again here, if you go directly to the tab, a list of all of your customers will be in that drop-down menu, so you can drop that down and select anybody from there. If you want your campaign to start instantly, you need to go ahead and read this disclaimer. Please note that if you've entered the URL in wrong, that we will still send traffic to it and we will count that traffic. So if you typed in the wrong thing and the website doesn't work and you've used instant activation, there's nothing that we can do about it at that point. So if you're unsure whether something meets our qualifications or not, if there's a violation or not, we just recommend that you leave that unchecked. It usually only takes us a few hours to go through and manually approve these orders, sometimes as little as 10 minutes during normal business hours. But again, if you're sure that everything is correct, you can click instant activation. It's going to give you a little prompt here to confirm, and then we'll go ahead and submit. At that point, it's dropped in the system. It tells you that the URL has been created, and it assigns you an ad ID, also known as a URL ID. And then that will take you back to the system to let you know that everything is running actively, that you've got 0 of 5,000 delivered. You're set up for 1,000 a day. You have 5,000 remaining, and that we have instant activation on this order. Additionally, we'll go into this on another video. There are more options down below to change your geo short and other options as well, but we'll touch on that in another video. Thank you.